Hello everybody, I have a new package here. I just got this from FedEx. This is my new prescription from Lavender Sky, and we're going to talk about, after I unbox this, why I switched from Care Clinic to Lavender Sky. But I'm so excited. This was supposed to be here Tuesday and today is Thursday. I finally got an update saying that it was out for delivery, so I'm gonna let them make it as long as everything in here is safe and sound, which the box looks in good condition, doesn't seem to be damaged. So let's go ahead and open this. With Lavender Sky, you do get to choose which pharmacy you want to use, and they have different package levels. And because I am already on the medication, I was able to choose one of the higher level packages. Goodness, it's definitely sealed good. Okay, it is still cold, which I pretty much expected considering that it's cold outside. Okay, and there's actually two things in here. Ice is still, I've got 3 boxes, and that's all that's in here. So let me get my glasses on and make sure everything looks everything. Okay, so my name, 3 milliliters of 5 milligram per 0.5 ml injectable. So 3 mLs of 5 milligram per 0.5 ml. So 1 ml would be 10 milligrams. This is 2 milliliters of 5 milligrams per 0.5 ml. So total, I have 8 mLs, so 80 milligrams. And expiration is 1/7 of 26, 1/7 of 26, 1/5 of 26. Let me just take a look at the vials and make sure everything looks good on the vial. Make sure it's clear, and it is. And it is only tirzepatide. This does not have anything added in it. My current prescription from Care Clinics has niacinamide in it. Not that that's an issue. I haven't found that that has had any bad side effects, and it's supposed to be good for your skin. So this one is clear. I don't know if you can see that. It is clear. It is the tirzepatide. This one is one of the 3 mLs. And last one, this one, also clear, also 3 mLs. So we're looking good. All right, so that is the actual medication, the tirzepatide compound. Let's see what's in this box. Here is my packaging slip and Lavender Sky. And we got 2 of the tirzepatide 3 ml vials and 1 of the 2 ml vials, 1 pack of 10 insulin syringes, and 1 pack of, let's see, 31. Oh, wait, there's 2 different packs of insulin syringes here. I don't know what the difference is. Okay, so these are 31 gauge 5/16 inch 8 millimeter insulin syringes, a pack of 10. And then this is also a pack of 10. They just put them in different packaging, but it's the same thing. It's also insulin syringes, 31 gauge 8 millimeter. And then they also gave me a pack of alcohol wipes, which, let me say something, and I'm not knocking anybody for what they do, what they don't do, but I would highly suggest, if you're giving yourself a GLP-1 injection, aside from just cleaning the vial, if you're using a vial, but either way, whether you're using a vial, you're using the pen, the brand pen injection, auto injector, clean the injection site. Because if you're not, now I'm not saying that you're dirty or you know, because everybody, even when you wash your hands and you clean yourself, you bathe yourself, you shower, all of that, bacteria grows very rapidly, and we all have bacteria on our skin. And you don't want to inject yourself in an unclean site because you're risking infection. So no matter how clean you are, always wipe your injection site with an alcohol pad or a cotton ball with alcohol on it. Let it dry, because that's what kills the bacteria. So please make sure you're doing that, because you don't need to be injecting germs under your skin and then you get an infection and you think something's wrong with the medication. And it's not, it's just the way you've injected yourself. So please be very careful, because people already talk bad about these medications and how dangerous they are. And it's not always the medication. Sometimes it's user error, and we're all human. We all make mistakes. Just please be very careful when you're using these medications, and make sure you're doing it the way that your doctor has shown you. And I'm hoping, if you're going to a reputable place for your medication, that they have shown you how to do your injections. So yeah, that is everything in here. I'm gonna put these in the refrigerator, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna tell you how much the tirzepatide compound, the 3 boxes, 3 different vials that I got, 80 milligrams total of tirzepatide, and I'm only taking about 3 milligrams right now. So you can do the math on how many doses that is. This will last me quite a while, with a 1-year bud date. I have my paperwork and everything for some of the research that I did. And this right here, this little packet, is all related to Lavender Sky. So first, the reason why I changed from Care Clinic to Lavender Sky is because Care Clinic sent me a 3-month prescription in a single vial. The total cost that I paid with Care Clinic was $549. I had to pay upfront for the office visit, and I want to say that was $65. So they do pre-screen to make sure you meet the basic criteria. So they kind of know before you even pay the money, you pretty much know whether or not you qualify for the prescription, but you still have to meet with a practitioner and discuss, and they'll make the final determination and do the prescription if they feel that you are a good candidate. So all in all, I believe I paid $549 total after the office visit and the prescription together. So they do deduct that amount that you pay for the office visit from your total cost that you pay in the end. I was able to use Klarna with that, so I did split my payments up into bi-weekly payments, and I got a 3-month or 12-week prescription, which my bud date on that is April of this year. The prescription was for the first 4 weeks at 2.5. Then the next 4 weeks would be at the 5 milligram dose, and then the last 4 weeks would be at the 7.5. So that is how much medication they gave you in the vial to use at those doses. I am currently doing 3 milligrams. So I'm not even at the 5 yet. So I'm not using it as fast as it would be. So it's going to last longer than 12 weeks. I believe it's going to last me about 20 weeks. And I'm on week 9. So I still have about 10 weeks. I'm only about halfway through the vial. So I still have about 10 weeks left. My thought process was I wanted to find another provider that was also fairly inexpensive, because I am on a very tight budget, where I could get multiple vials. So I started doing some more research, and I actually was watching one of Alonda's videos, and I mentioned her before. If you're not following Alonda, go follow Alonda. I love her. She's wonderful. But I was watching one of her videos, and she had mentioned that she got her medication in that particular prescription. She got it from Lavender Sky Health, and that was one that I had not looked into. I had heard of, but I hadn't really looked into it. I had looked into probably 50 or more other telehealth providers, but Lavender Sky Health was not one that I had looked into. So I decided to do some research, and I found that the way they do things was very similar to Care Clinic, as far as you fill out the paperwork to get your pre-qualification. You pay, this is the one I paid $65. I think with Care Clinic I paid $40 or $45 up front. With Lavender Sky, you pay $65 when you book your appointment, and then you pick your treatment plan. Basically, they give you the options of, depending on which medication you want and where you live, as long as that particular pharmacy is licensed in your state, then you can select from those pharmacies. So I had looked at a couple of different options, and of course I wanted the tirzepatide, and I wanted to try the tirzepatide without the niacinamide, because my Care Clinic prescription came from Empower Pharmacy. They also have the option to use Empower Pharmacy, and it's also the tirzepatide with niacinamide, and it comes in 2.5 ml vials rather than 1 4 ml vial, which is what I got. So yeah, slightly cheaper, 2 separate vials. But again, I wanted to go with just the straight tirzepatide, no additives. And Hallandale, I've heard a lot of good things about Hallandale. That's one of the biggest, I think, compound pharmacies, or the most common compound pharmacy that you probably hear about as far as tirzepatide. They have 4 different tiers for tirzepatide with Lavender Sky. The first tier, you get 40 milligrams total for $390, and that is in 2 ml vials. Their compound is pretty much going to be 5 milligrams per half of an ml. So that's, looking at all of them, that's the same dosage. So we're just going to talk about how many milligrams are in the vial. So 40 milligrams for $390, tier 2, 60 milligrams for $460, or tier 3, which is what I got, 80 milligrams for $575, and then tier 4 is 120 milligrams for $720. So for me, I kind of thought about doing the 120 milligrams just because I wanted to spread it out as far as I could, but I felt like the 80 milligrams was enough. At 3 milligrams per week, that will last me 26 weeks, which is half of a year. That's plenty of time for them to figure out what's going on with the tirzepatide shortage. Hopefully it'll be back on the shortage list, because yeah, we all know that it's in shortage. They also have other options that you can go with aside from Empower Pharmacy. They have Strive, they have Red Rock, also South Lake. So also, that was another thing. When I looked at it, it tells you everything on here. So for the one I got, it says custom dosing, 10-week supply at 8 milligrams per week, or an 8-week supply at 10 milligrams per week. Traditional dosing, 8-week supply at 10 milligrams per week, supplied in 4 2 ml vials at a concentration of 5 milligrams per half milliliter, or 1 2 ml and 2 3 ml vials at a concentration of 5 milligrams per half ml. And of course, obviously you saw they sent me the second one, 1 2 ml vial and 2 3 ml vials. So total 8 mLs or 80 milligrams. And for Hallandale, it says up to a 1-year bud date. For Empower, it only gives you up to an 8-month bud date. And I knew that since I still have probably another month to a month and a half on my original prescription from Empower, that I wanted to push this out more than 8 months, because this is going to be 6 months. The prescription that I got would last me around 6 months. That would be cutting it pretty close with an 8-month bud date. And then it says up to, so it could be less. So I didn't want to take that chance. With South Lake, there's up to 180 days bud date, and it has B12 in it. So 180 days, that's 6 months. Then Strive's pharmacy is also 6 months. Theirs is just straight tirzepatide. Red Rock is also straight tirzepatide. Their bud date is only 90 days. So yeah, definitely wouldn't have wanted to do that. They also have semaglutide, which I did not get semaglutide. I'm really liking Lavender Sky too. Their website is not the most up-to-date, but their website has links to like a self-injection guide, medication guides, all kinds of information. So they do have multiple options for wellness injections. If you would like to add those on, you don't have to. It's completely optional. So when you want to do a refill, they do have a $45 consult for every 6 months. If you want to do a refill prior to 6 months, you don't have to do a consult. It's just $25 to do your refill. But you do have to follow up at least every 6 to 9 months. Or 6 months, it's 9 months if you're on maintenance dosing. They do offer health coaching. So your first session is 30 to 45 minutes for $100. Follow-up sessions, also 30 to 45 minutes for $75. Those again are optional. None of this is required. And that is why I changed from Care Clinic to Lavender Sky, and why I'm now going with Hallandale Pharmacy versus Empower, which even if I do decide to go back to Empower with Lavender Sky, you get 2 vials versus the 1. I'm excited to have a new prescription with Hallandale. I know I'm covered for at least the next 6 months or more, and hopefully by then everything will be situated. So if you found this video helpful, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel. You can hit the notification bell to follow along my journey. I do my injections every Friday and my weekly weigh-in, and I post those videos on Mondays. I am starting a new format where I'm weighing in on hot topics. So drop me a note in the comments and let me know what your thoughts are. And if you're using compound, who do you use for your compounding pharmacy? And I will be back next week.